SSDs are fast, quiet, and more shock-resistant than traditional hard drives, but they still have a limited number of write cycles. Every time data is written, it adds a small amount of wear. In this video, I'll walk through 6 practical Windows 11 settings that can help reduce unnecessary writes and keep your SSD in good shape. Let's start with trim, because this is one of the most important things Windows does to keep an SSD working efficiently. I'm right-clicking the Start button and opening Terminal as administrator, because we can check it with one built-in Windows command. First, let's confirm trim is active. Trim lets Windows tell your SSD which blocks are no longer in use, so the drive can clean them up efficiently instead of doing extra work later. In the admin window, type fsutil, behavior, query, disable, delete, notify, and press enter. A value of 0 means trim is enabled. To enable it, type fsutil, behavior set, disable, delete, notify 0, and press enter. This is arguably the most important maintenance step for an SSD. Second, you can turn off hibernation if you don't use it. Hibernation writes the contents of your RAM to a file on the SSD each time you shut down, which can be several gigabytes of data. Over time, that's a significant amount of extra write activity. To disable it, type powercfg.exe/hibernate off and press enter. Windows will remove the hibernation file. If you rely on fast startup, you may want to leave this enabled, but for most users, this is a straightforward way to reduce write traffic. Third is the paging file, also called virtual memory. Windows uses disk space as backup memory when RAM is full. If you have 16 gigabytes or more, it can make sense to reduce this to lower background writes. Completely disabling it is not recommended for most people. To open it, press Windows key +R, type sysdm.cpl, and press enter. This opens the classic System Properties window. Go to Advanced, click Settings under Performance, then click Advanced again, then click Change under Virtual Memory. Here you can uncheck Automatic Management and move the paging file to a secondary drive or set a smaller custom size. Only choose No Paging File if you are confident about your available RAM. Fourth, check write caching. This lets Windows temporarily hold small write operations in memory before sending them to the SSD, which can improve write performance and reduce unnecessary immediate write activity. It is usually enabled by default, but it's worth confirming. To check this, we'll use Device Manager because write caching is controlled from the drive's hardware policy settings. Right-click Start and open Device Manager. Expand disk drives. Right-click your SSD and choose Properties. Under the Policies tab, confirm that Enable Write Caching on the device is checked. Leave the more advanced write cache buffer flushing option alone unless you know your system has proper power loss protection. Fifth, avoid filling your SSD to the brim. When a drive is almost full, it has fewer free blocks to work with, which increases internal data movement, a process called write amplification. Aim to keep at least 20% of the drive free. Finally, keep your SSD firmware up to date. Manufacturers often release updates that improve how the drive handles wear leveling. You'll usually need the vendor's own tools such as Samsung Magician or Crucial Storage Executive to check for these. Extending your SSD's life is about avoiding unnecessary writes and giving the drive enough free space to work with. If this guide helped you, subscribe to Libretechia for more practical Windows 11 guides. Stay reachable, and I will see you in the next one.